What is going on, guys? Welcome back to Fortnite Battle Royale on BlackTideTV. Being a Fortnite player, because why else would you be viewing Fortnite content on YouTube, you may have already endured your first encounter with the Compact SMG. That is the latest addition in a long line of weapons currently available in the Battle Royale portion of this game. Though I can't necessarily call it an addition, it's more of a replacement alongside the new submachine gun for the tactical submachine gun. The tactical submachine gun came in the rarities of green, blue, purple, or uncommon, rare, and epic. And unfortunately, that new submachine gun that replaced it when it was vaulted is only available in gray through blue, common, uncommon, rare. Therefore, we need a replacement for that purple or epic tactical submachine gun, and along comes the Compact SMG. Up until this point, there were no high-tier variants of submachine guns in the game. The Tommy gun is only green and blue. The suppressed submachine gun cuts off at blue. The submachine gun cuts off at blue. So the Compact SMG is right in its place, being an epic and legendary respectively. Purple and gold, this is the Scar or the FAMAS of the submachine gun category. It is a little hard to find, and for the first hour, 2 hours, maybe 3 hours of my gameplay since its addition, I never saw it, I never heard it, I never anything. It is incredibly hard to find. It will likely drop in chests or from supply drops. You will be very lucky to find this one in floor loot, though it can spawn floor loot. So keep an eye peeled for any purple or gold that you see in the distance. It could be a Compact SMG. And trust me, you want to put your paws on this weapon. This is, in my opinion, current meta. I have no qualms about placing it there. It is the best gun in the game. It beats the Scar in my opinion. It beats pretty well anything because it's so versatile. Much like the former tactical submachine gun, the Compact SMG features no first shot accuracy, though the blue mechanics are tight and accurate enough to keep you even in the longest range gunfights. Dare I say, you may even outperform assault rifle and sniper rifle users on occasion. The weapon is so maneuverable, you can use it in almost any situation, especially close range, and especially against builders. This weapon has a very large magazine size, 50 bullets, much like the Tommy gun, and it has a wicked fire rate. Probably the fastest firing weapon in the game, though I can't stake a claim on that. I don't know weapon stats, but I would say it is among the minigun and the new SMG in terms of fastest firing weapon in the game. It tears through enemy builds. You can completely negate an enemy from building over you, from building into the circle, and you'll see that later in the gameplay where we take the victory royale. If you still weren't convinced, when compared to the light ammo SMGs, the Compact SMG has the highest damage of the bunch, right on par with the suppressed submachine gun, which was recently buffed to have a base 23-24 damage. The Compact SMG likewise 23-24 damage, and that is why it tears through buildings so easily, and that is also why you will tear through enemies incredibly quickly. In terms of comparison with the Tommy gun or the drum gun, I can't say for certain which does more damage, but I definitely feel like the increased fire rate and the increased maneuverability, the aerodynamics of this weapon, it's just so much more easy to use than even the drum gun. The drum gun is on no uncertain terms a fan favorite, and I acknowledge that, though I'm obligated to make the argument that the rarity of this weapon, the P90, the Compact SMG, it speaks volumes. This weapon is incredibly rare for a number of reasons, the least of which is likely that it is small ammunition over medium ammunition. This is why it makes the perfect replacement, the perfect upgrade for your Tommy gun, because generally you'll want a Scar or a FAMAS in your kit, and that Tommy gun is using the ammunition that you may need for those assault rifles. This weapon, in the meantime, is small ammunition, and there realistically isn't a better alternative in terms of small ammunition. I would say this weapon even outperforms the minigun. Again, in terms of maneuverability, you can use it in and out of gunfights. You don't have to wind it up like the minigun. The minigun requires that you stay a little still. This weapon, you can move and engage enemies in and out of gunfights. Let's just cut the crap. The Compact SMG is meta. Outside of a lucky shotgun blast on low health or an unseen sniper in the tree line, the Compact SMG rarely fails to disseminate any enemy opposition. If you see this weapon on the ground or after killing an enemy, pick it up and put it in your kit. You will not regret it. This is a replacement for shotguns, for assault rifles, for the minigun. Every player has their go-to kit for dealing with enemies in specific scenarios. An assault rifle for engaging enemies long range, an SMG for the build battles, a shotgun for clearing corners, and a sniper rifle for hitting those guys that are camping those 1x1s. The Compact SMG, I can guarantee you, will replace at least one of the weapons in your go-to kit. In your lineup, the Compact SMG is so effective. You can completely scrap not only one, but likely 2 or 3 of your weapons in lieu of the P90. Now I'd like to switch gears for the latter half of this video and ask the question, do we really need another SMG? The P90, as you may remember, in tandem with the new submachine gun, let's call it the MP5, is a replacement for the original tactical submachine gun. The tactical submachine gun spanned a larger variety of rarities, so it covered green, blue, purple, rather than a gray, green, blue, a weaker side of an SMG, which we have with the new MP5. Meanwhile, the P90 is picking up the slack in the purple category, as well as adding in a gold for good measure. By that logic, making the P90 an extension of the MP5 or new submachine gun, I find that the P90 or Compact SMG really has a place in the game. Now, does the Compact SMG realistically compare to the new submachine gun or even the suppressed submachine gun? No, not a chance. It blows them both out of the water, but similar to the assault rifle category where we have gray, green, blue, M4, and standard burst with the FAMAS and SCAR sitting on the top ropes, or the shotgun category with gray, green, blue, pump, and tac, and a heavy gold and purple sitting on top, it just makes sense to have this new pyramid scheme in terms of submachine guns in the game. Though I can say for certain, it seems like Epic Games is trying to change their meta from shotguns to submachine guns. There's been a lot of reform in the submachine gun category lately, not to mention the borderline overbearing push towards shotgun alternative weaponry, including the new submachine guns, the new dual pistols, the Tommy gun, or the drum gun. I apologize if I'm pissing you off by continually mispronouncing that. And this all goes without saying, double pump, nerfed, again. It seems like Epic Games don't necessarily know how to work around their broken shotgun mechanics. Double pump, it's in there, it's out, it's in there, it's out. Figure it out, figure out your shotguns, and then balance from there. They're trying to do too many things at once, and it's kind of ruining the shotgun meta, which I am 100% okay with. I was never a huge shotgun fan to begin with. In fact, I'm anything but opposed to more weapon variety here in Fortnite Battle Royale, especially weapons that excel in close quarters combat. That being said, I got to thinking there are a ton of close quarters combat weapons, far more than there are long range weapons, and especially farther more than specialist weapons. Specialist weapons I would consider the RPG, grenade launcher, and minigun because they don't necessarily fit into a specific long or short range category. But short range weapons, we have the previously mentioned SMGs, that would be the brand new Compact SMG, the new submachine gun, the suppressed submachine gun, and the Tommy gun or drum gun. Once again, I apologize, can't help myself, it's a Tommy gun in my eyes. There is also the pump shotgun, the tactical shotgun, the heavy shotgun, the pistol, suppressed pistol, the dual pistols, and arguably the revolver and Desert Eagle, or hand cannon. I would call those last two close range weapons because they are close range alternatives of sniper rifles, more or less. Meanwhile, the long range weaponry in Fortnite Battle Royale by comparison is mostly restricted to assault and sniper rifles. The standard and burst assault rifles, including the SCAR and FAMAS, the thermal and scoped assault rifles, the light machine gun, an admitted outlier, the hunting rifle, the bolt action sniper rifle, and the semi-auto sniper rifle. There are very clearly far fewer options in terms of weapon variety for long range playstyle, and I believe this to be directly correlated to a close range meta. That is why you will see so many players tuck and roll under an enemy build and build battle at close range for the victory. There are simply more player options. You can play the way you want when you are playing close range because the variety is there for you. In terms of a player that favors long-range combat, Epic has done very little, going so far as to vault outlying weapons in the past, further restricting opportunity. Does anyone remember the crossbow? Neither do I. There are a few weapons that I've made suggestions on in the past. Long-range weapons that would perfectly bridge the gap between assault rifle and sniper rifle and would make for great additions to that long-range category. First of which, bring that crossbow back. There was very little wrong with it, apart from the fact it did a little less damage than players would have liked. Then go ahead and throw in a compound or recurve bow. That's a bow and arrow, the stealth alternative to the hunting rifle, much like how the crossbow is an alternative to the semi-automatic rifle. Next, I'd like to see a new LMG. There is only one LMG, meanwhile there are a bunch of different options for assault rifles, SMGs, shotguns, pistols. Why is there only one LMG, and arguably the minigun, but I would put the minigun in a class all on its own. It's completely different from the light machine gun. I'd just like to see a different model of light machine gun, a different type, so to say. Next, I would also love to see a designated marksman rifle, the actual bridge between the assault and sniper rifles, a semi-automatic rifle that uses bloom that you can use at longer ranges. It would be perfect to have a marksman rifle like an M14 enter into this game. But long range is only the start. I'd love to see some more specialist weapons as well, some different things, a flamethrower for all I know. There are just too many options when it comes to close range and not enough anywhere else. If we want to see the meta change, we need to see more options for different types of playstyles. But that is going to conclude today's video. Try to get your hands on the Compact SMG before a nerf and you will be mind blown. It's pretty sweet. So my current rank and file for submachine guns in Fortnite Battle Royale goes Compact, Suppressed, Tommy Gun, and Submachine Gun. I couldn't in good conscience put the Tommy Gun or Drum Gun above the Suppressed. I've always been a fan of the Suppressed and it's just so useful in certain situations. So that is my personal preference for submachine guns. Compact, of course, is on top. Let me know what you like in terms of submachine guns and other weapons in Fortnite in the comment section down below. Hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys all on the next video.